What's going on, everybody? This is Primetime James Thomas coming at you on the video, and it's a breaking news in the wrestling world today. Not only has it been announced that MVP and Tamina have pretty much been released from the WWE, but it's looking very, very likely that's going to be Bobby Lashley that's going to be leaving with them. And this has sparked some very interesting hot takes on the Twitter machine when it comes to one Triple H. But I just want to say, when it comes to Bobby Lashley, I think a good majority of us that follows me, in the panel, MG, Quez, Mark, we all respect Bobby Lashley. We all like Bobby Lashley, absolutely. Hell, Bobby Lashley is interesting because I can't say that I grew up on Bobby Lashley because when Bobby Lashley got into WWE, I was about like 11, 12, 2006. So I was about 12, 13 years old when Bobby Lashley came onto the scene, and I saw his first match. I saw his debut match with Simon Dean, and then I saw his feud with Finlay when Lashley flipped over the car to try to kill Finlay. I saw when he defeated Booker T to win his United States Championship. I saw Bobby Lashley, John Cena, Great American Bash 2007. A very underrated match, by the way. Very underrated. And Bobby Lashley is a part of that generation. The generation of WWE that really doesn't really get talked about. That mid to late 2000 WWE. When you had that crop of talent that WWE tried, to build up, but they never really took off. You had, Mr. Kennedy, he's probably like the biggest example of that. Carlito, Chris Masters, Bobby Lashley, Sheamus. Like, Bobby Lashley is more a part of that era of WWE, and he's one of the few that's still. Well, Carlito's still around, Lashley's still around. Well, not anymore, I guess, but yeah, Bobby Lashley is a very. It's weird calling him nostalgia, but it is kind of, I get a somewhat nostalgic feeling seeing Bobby Lashley. And Bobby Lashley in this current WWE has been hot, has been cold. We all know that Bobby Lashley, was a multiple-time WWE champion. United States champion. He's had a good career. His best run was with the Hurt Business in the pandemic era. Also, very interesting that is it weird to see like him and MVP are like attached to the hip? It seems like wherever MVP goes, Bobby Lashley goes, and when MVP leaves, Bobby Lashley leaves. They got a very interesting relationship. But Bobby Lashley's being released has caused quite a conversation among wrestling fans, some frustration among wrestling fans. Largely because of Triple H. Now, I am not on that. I'm not a part of that narrative that believes that Triple H is racist. I don't really believe that. But there are things that Triple H has done especially when he took over the book, that's kind of got people kind of side-eyeing him a little bit. They were letting it slide, during the honeymoon period of when he first took over. Now it's becoming more apparent. And this Bobby Lashley thing has really opened that conversation. One, you had MVP who a few weeks ago, who was pretty much throwing it out there about Vince wanting to get rid of the Hurt Business. He claimed it was racial. Triple H doesn't want it to come back, claiming it's racial. And it started this conversation with, well, interestingly, how there's no people of color being represented well in WWE currently at the moment. Because, let's think about this. When Triple H took over the book, Bobby Lashley was kind of booked like an afterthought. Like, come on, like he doesn't wrestle on SummerSlam 2 years ago. When he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, he didn't even wrestle at WrestleMania. He came out and just showed the trophy to everybody. They got us a little bit excited when Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits are going to team up with B-Fab. But that hasn't gone anywhere. Hasn't really done anything with the Street Profits. Bianca Belair has pretty much been relegated to an upper mid-card / tag team wrestler. And the New Day has gone even further down the card. That one I have no complaints with. And people are starting to notice that, people are starting to note at, R-Truth, I forgot about R-Truth. R-Truth, he seems to be even more dumb than he was. It feels like he's become dumber since Triple H just took it over. People are kind of looking at Triple H like, hey man, what are you doing here? And of course, it was the running joke with, Triple H is putting all the black people in one group. Naomi, ever since she's been back, it's been cold. It has not been good. And the crazy thing about this is when Vince was in charge, Bianca Belair was being booked like the female John Cena. As propaganda as it was, Vince put Sasha and Bianca and had the main event night 1 of WrestleMania. 2 black women. Bobby Lashley had a better run, had a better presentation when Vince was there. The Street Profits was booked better. That's the crazy part. So this whole situation with Bobby Lashley leaving has kind of got people looking at Triple H like, yo, what's the deal? Like I said earlier, they were letting it slide at first. Now it's like, H, what's the deal? And people are referencing to the promo he did with Booker T. I think that's a little bit of a reach, but it's a pretty odd coincidence. Now with Bobby Lashley, where does he go from here? I don't want him to go to AEW. If I'm Bobby Lashley, I'm either doing one or two things. Either retire or finish his career in TNA. I think we could all agree that Bobby Lashley was booked the best when he was in TNA. Just finish your career there. Because I already have an idea what Tony Khan would do with Bobby Lashley when he gets signed. He would get buried instantly because Tony Khan doesn't book big guys really well. Over in TNA, Bobby Lashley, he's a familiar face. He had a great run there with the Beatdown Clan. You could bring MVP there. He could finish his career there. I think it'll be a fitting end for Bobby Lashley's career. But Bobby Lashley, who's still in great shape, I mean, goddamn, he still looks the same now that as he did back in 2006 when he made his debut against Simon Dean. So I'm sure you get a nice 2 years, 2-3 years out of Bobby Lashley if you book him right. But it's a damn shame Bobby Lashley, and we never really saw the Pride reach its full potential. And the crowd loved Bobby. He was over with the crowd. So I really don't see what's going on here. But yeah, Bobby Lashley has left. Well, looks like he will be leaving WWE. And now the people are kind of looking at Triple H like, you let Bobby Lashley go, but you're putting the rocket ship on Johnny Gargano and Ciampa and Valkyria and all them. The fuck is going on? But anyway, let me know guys' thoughts. Hit that like and subscribe button. How do you feel about Bobby Lashley leaving WWE? Do you feel like they've wasted Bobby Lashley, especially on Triple H's part? Do you think we could have there was so much potential that's wasted with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits? Let me know. Hit that like and subscribe button. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.